Hi there. Today I would like to talk about international accounting and differences. Now, due to the diversity in political systems, economic systems, and social systems, definitely the result will be differences and diversity in accounting system, as we agreed before, because accounting system is in fact serving all these systems. Now, as an example, we notice that in countries like US and UK, the financial market is dominated by the share equity or shareholder equities, whereas in continental European, the financial market is dominated by banks, and the banking system play an important part in these countries. In other countries like France, Germany, and Italy, usually they dominate directors to look after all the financial markets and to reach good decisions for the banking systems and for financial market in general. Now, all these, in fact, differences in the systems, as well as differences in the culture, of countries, and social, as I said, life and social systems, had led to, in fact, problems to both companies and investors, and if you believe it or not, it's affect the society or the countries in general. Because, as I said, diversity in accounting systems is a problem. Diversity in accounting problem is, let's say, a point which we have to stop and talk about it and deal with it in more serious way. Now, the main problems are, or I can summarize them in 3 points. First one, I call it the auditing reports. The second one, I call it the interpretation or evaluation or analysis method. And the third one, I can call it the conservatism. Now, if you look at the auditing system and the diversity in this auditing report, we notice that although in UK they are expecting auditors to practice professional judgment in their in preparing and in their writing their auditing report, we cannot find that. Or it is, let's say, it is not the same in other countries. We're more flexible, more flexible, and maybe they don't bother about it, if you believe it or not. Although auditing opinions and auditing reports are very important. The second one is interpretation or the analysis or the evaluation of the company via, for example, ratios. We notice that different companies, different countries use different ratios, which lead to different decision making and different evaluation. Different, for example, in let's say lending or in investment, different in licensing and a franchise or in franchising. So all these are, in fact, led to problems, to companies and to, let's say, investors and creditor and society in general. Conservatism, we notice that in some countries, like, for example, German, they're very conservative. Rules are there, and believe it or not, accountants are not going to show you their profit, or they prepare their profits, even if it is internal, without comparing it to the British company's profit. And they follow and make sure that whether they are following the same strategy or not. So all these are problems, in fact, need to be solved. Yes, I know that. Part of the problem has been solved through the harmonization and convergence of accounting in 1973 by the establishing the International Accounting Standards Committee, which we call it today International Accounting Board. And the solution also, as I said, it is the harmonization and the integrations of most of countries' accounting system, which is the decision making, and by following the same standards, the same format even of accounts or statement. Now, and more than that, it's reduced the cost and the expenses of some countries, because the countries which follow the international accounting, let's say standard, they will get ready-made financial reports and standards. Okay, so this means there is no need to establish a local or national financial accounting standard or say setters. So that's, of course, reduce the problems, reduce the time, reduce the cost, the expense, whatever. Okay, so therefore it solved the problem. But the problem which cannot be solved up to today's date, which I'm going in fact to talk about it later in more details, and in fact even individually I'm searching on that point, the international accounting harmonization and convergence doesn't solve the ethical problems in international accounting. So next time I'll talk about it, or maybe as introduction to the beginning of my research, that I'm going to talk and deal with ethics in international accounting. See you then. Thank you very much.